Now to the exclusive interview with Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. Kenneth Walker was with her that night in March that she was killed by Louisville police officers.
Walker says the couple was in bed when police raided her apartment looking for a drug suspect. CBS 2's Hazel Sanchez has more on what he says happened that night and the future the couple had planned.
To the world, she's just a hashtag, a picture, and all of that. But to me, it was much more. More than a girlfriend, too. I think that's what I want the world to know the most. That was my best friend. The most important person, pretty much, to me on the earth. And they took her.
Kenneth Walker spoke exclusively to CBS This Morning's Gayle King about the devastating March night when the love of his life, Breonna Taylor, was killed by Louisville police.
There was a loud bang at the door. You know, nobody was responding when we were saying, "Who is it?"
You all did ask, who is it?
Several times.
You know, the police say that they said several times, it's the police.
I know 1,000,000% sure that nobody identified themselves. I mean, if it was the police at the door and they just said we're the police, me or Breonna didn't have a reason at all not to open the door and see what they wanted.
The door flies off the hinges. Are you feeling afraid?
Definitely afraid.
That's when Walker, a licensed gun owner, says he grabbed his gun for protection.
I let off one shot.
And after that, what happens?
You know, I don't think I ever heard so many gunshots, like, all at the same time. I've never been to war, but I assume that's what war probably sounds like.
When did you realize that Breonna had been shot?
She was, like, bleeding and stuff, and I was holding her. No, then that's when I called my mom.
You called your mom first?
Yeah, I told her that somebody just kicked in the door and shot Breonna, and she's freaking out at this point, but she told me to call 911, so I did.
911, Operator Harris, where is your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
While you're on the phone, you don't know it's the police.
If I knew who it was, I would have said the police. Oh, I wouldn't have been calling the police on the police. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
The police didn't come rushing in?
Not at all.
I'm outside.
So when I come outside, there's guns pointed at me.
Put your hands on your head. That's what's going on.
While en route to the police department, Walker says a plainclothed officer in an unmarked car stopped them, and his tone was different.
Oh, different how?
He told me that this was a misunderstanding.
Kenneth Walker, Matt, there was a little bit of miscommunication. I wanted to talk to you before they left.
When were you finally told that Breonna didn't make it?
I never really got told, like, directly. I saw it on the news.
That's how you heard Breonna Taylor died, on the news?
Pretty much. And I was in the cell, and it was, like, on the news. If I didn't live, you probably wouldn't even know about Breonna Taylor. She would have did anything for anybody. She took care of a lot of people.
Come here.
Get away from me. I hate you.
Walker's parents say Breonna Taylor completed their family. Kenneth and Breonna talked marriage and already collected things for the children they planned to have together, including these baby Jordans.
Looking at these baby shoes, what do they mean?
To me, it means it's something that's never going to happen. Hey, stop playing with me. It's like March 13th every day, pretty much. I never got to say bye.
When you hear the chant, say her name, what does that mean to you when you hear that?
It just means she's getting the respect that she deserves. You know, that's the least that can happen.
What does justice look like for you, for Breonna Taylor?
Breonna Taylor's sitting right here next to me. That's the only justice for me.
Now, Walker was initially indicted for the attempted murder of an officer. The charges were dropped without prejudice, which means the case can be refiled in the future. Kenneth Walker talks more about his own struggles and how he is getting help. And for more of Gayle King's exclusive interview, you can head over to CBSNewYork.com.